over 80% of the oceans remain unexplored and untouched. There's a reason for that. Of all the environments that support life on our planet, the most forbidding and remote are the deep oceans, where the furthest reaches lie more than 6 miles below the waves.
Our ocean is the basis for life on this rock, and we're impacting it in ways we don't even begin to understand, and the first step is always exploration.
The more you understand the ocean, and the more you love the ocean, the more you're fascinated by it, the more you'll fight to protect it.
Urgency to combat climate change
Here we go.
has spurred new efforts to explore ocean depths.
Sub is extremely maneuverable.
Imagine a craft that allows you to explore a part of our world that you simply couldn't see any other way.
Engineering a safe submarine is extremely challenging, and mistakes can be fatal.
Catastrophic implosion. The unthinkable became all too real.
In 2023, the world was horrified by the implosion of the OceanGate Titan submersible that was on an expedition to explore the Titanic. The disaster killed 5 people, including OceanGate's co-founder, Stockton Rush.
I've been safely down to the Titanic wreck site 33 times. And to me, the idea that lives could be claimed by an implosion in this day and age is almost unfathomable. It was a bad idea, and they were warned.
The carbon fiber used in the hull may have been a critical fail point. The material is prone to buckling under pressure, especially when combined with the elongated pill shape. But that was the Titan, not to be confused with the Triton submersible, being manufactured in Sebastian, Florida. Triton's design approach is rigorous. Here, engineers are building subs designed to take non-specialists hundreds and even thousands of feet below the surface safely. Patrick Lahey is the co-founder of Triton Submarines.
Safety begins with design. It carries all the way through to the selection of materials, the formation of those materials into parts, those parts made up into assemblies, those assemblies then tested and validated on their own, then incorporated into the complete vehicle, which is then tested again.
If you're an engineer, it is your responsibility to do things in a manner such that the end product is safe. Because at the end of the day, people are relying on you to make a safe product.
Altogether, their subs have logged tens of thousands of hours underwater without any incident. Increasingly, the vehicles are being used for scientific research, filmmaking, and underwater exploration.
So this is our most compact 3-person sub. Pilot sits in the back, 2 passengers in the front. They have this incredible, completely unobstructed view from this acrylic pressure boundary.
The pressure boundary is a perfectly round plastic orb that is transparent.
It's like being in a goldfish bowl, only the fish are on the outside and the people are on the inside, and it's invisible. You really feel like you're a part of the ocean.
The boundary's main job is to keep occupants safe from the crushing water pressure pushing in from all sides. A sphere is one of the strongest shapes in nature. A spherical hull experiences the same amount of pressure at every point on its surface, minimizing the chances of structural failure. So far, the only subs that have made it to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, more than 6 miles below the surface, carried their passengers in spherical enclosures. And all were made of metal, like steel or titanium.
Test. We good on audio? You getting a good...
Film director and ocean explorer James Cameron, who is an investor in Triton, wants more people to experience the deep the way he has.
The goal of Triton subs is to make the best commercial, which also means scientific, subs in the world, and to make them widely available.
In 2019, a Triton titanium spherical enclosure sub completed one of the most ambitious global expeditions in modern history, taking people numerous times to the deepest spot in each of Earth's 5 oceans,
07 at clock.
including the Challenger Deep in Mariana Trench. The geometry of a sphere limits its usable space. The designers wanted to increase the number of passengers beyond what a sphere could reasonably hold. So they settled on an elongated shape, made from a common yet deceptively strong material, acrylic.
Acrylic is an incredible material. It's completely transparent, unlike glass where even after 6 inches you're starting to see quite significant discoloration.
Increasing the thickness of the acrylic increases its strength and ability to resist the pressure of the water while retaining visibility.
It's completely different from anything that's preceded it. We wanted to be able to put the most people into the smallest volume possible.
When it's complete, this sub will hold up to 9 people, including a pilot. They call it Ava. It's designed to safely dive depths of up to 600 feet. The unusual shape is the work of engineering firm Dark Ocean and their principal designer, John Ramsey.
To accommodate 9 passengers, it's incredibly difficult to do that in a traditional sphere. The way the 669 Ava works is it just takes that sphere and it optimizes it for the passengers inside by stretching it out and allowing everyone to sit side by side.
Down into worlds never before seen.
This design draws from decades of research on acrylics.
There's an 800-page kind of Bible of submersible acrylics, and you can go through and see every bit of testing that was done.
The material that makes this possible is acrylic plastic.
Everything you do in engineering is based on what other engineers before you have done. If somebody's got a great, elegant solution, why reinvent the wheel?
At the factory, the team is attempting to attach Ava's pressure hull to its steel chassis. They've never had to maneuver a shape like this.
Okay, Chris, bring yours up a little bit.
One slip, and the acrylic could be damaged or scratched.
1, 2, 3. This corner.
The team positions the metal chassis beneath the elliptical hull.
It needs to go towards you a little bit, Monroe. She is such a lover.
Ready? 1.
That doesn't look bad. Let's just keep a little bit of tension on it.
Yeah, it has tension still.
Despite the best efforts of the engineers,
There we go. All right.
there are still small adjustments to be made.
So we're trying to thread in this big pin now, some of the bits are machined to within 1/10 of a millimeter or less to get that nice fit.
Come back, Monroe, a little bit. Whoa, 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 go.
Hold tension, it's slipping.
All right.
Give me a freaking heart attack.
I mean, it's so friggin' close. It's not gonna go anywhere right now. So just come down on your forks, Monroe.
Okay.
Tilt forward. Okay, back up.
The acrylic hull is secure for the moment, but they'll have to stop for the day to tweak the size of the screws.
Does it always go according to plan? No. Am I really pleased with how far we've got today? Oh, yes.
When we're solving problems, when we're building things, we're engaged in this process of getting our hands dirty and actually doing some trial and error, testing and see if what we've built was effective, if it worked.
Testing needs to be particularly rigorous when lives are at stake.
You are implicitly relying on the people who designed it and built it to make sure that they've thought about how it can fail and they've come up with ways to get around that.
Today, every new vehicle, be it a car, airplane, or submarine, is subjected to thorough testing and review throughout the engineering process. The true testament to its reliability ultimately hinges on obtaining certification from an independent third party.
They make sure that your assumptions are not flawed, that you're not doing something that could be dangerous, that it complies with an internationally recognized set of rules.
The failed Triton submersible was never officially certified.
If you're putting passengers on a sub, you need it to be qualified by some independent body whose job it is to make sure that that vehicle is safe.
If there's any water ingress in there.
We are going to try to launch just before noon.
The Ava sub is now ready for its first dive. Senior approval engineer Ian Eldari is on site today for final checks of all the sub's vital systems, making sure the submersible is safe for passenger dives down to 600 feet.
Everything went great. We can issue the final certificate for this submersible.
After getting the green light, the sub is ready to make a shallow dive.
Topsides. Hatch is closed. Life support is on and good.
Roger, you have permission to dive.
We're on our way.
Amazing. I mean, this is the first time I've been down, and it's been 2.5 years of work. This is the result, and it's a magnificent one. Really loving this.
If Triton is able to fulfill its mission of building more submersibles, many others will soon be able to have their first ride into the deep ocean.
This is this other universe that is most of our planet, and it's such a magical place. And to be able to now explore it in comfort is a phenomenal ability that is open to more and more people.
Be on the surface,